Okay, good afternoon everyone and welcome to the Discover More About a Critical Guide to Working in the Financial Services Industry 4E webinar. I'm Emma Thomas, Campaign Manager at VET at Pearson Australia, and with me this afternoon to take us through the features of this new edition is Dr. Gerdish Gill, the Acquisitions Editor for this title and for the Finance Resources. Now hopefully we're going to be able to answer all of your questions today throughout the webinar. However, if you do have a question, make sure you submit it to us and we'll loop back at the end to answer any remaining questions that you may have. So on the agenda for today, Gerdish is going to take us through who a critical guide to working in the financial services industry 4 is suitable for, so the courses and the competencies, what you're going to love about this new edition, so some of the features that are available, time to get technical, so understanding the technology options that are available, how to save time, the instructors resources that are available if you do choose to adopt this edition, and finally how you can get your hands on a copy. I'm now going to hand over to Gerdish, who's going to take us through who it's suitable for.
Thank you, Emma. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Gerdish Gill, and I'll be taking you through the new edition of Kay Waters' book, A Critical Guide to Working in the Financial Services Industry. This resource is written to address specific soft skills units across the following listed qualifications above, but primarily targets soft skills units in bookkeeping and accounting. The resource package has been completely redesigned from the third edition and is now completely up to date with FNS 10. It is mapped to a number of key soft skills units within FNS 10 as well as the relevant employability skills. The resource covers 5 key competencies, which are: work effectively in the financial services industry, apply principles of professional practice to work in the financial services industry, work effectively with others, write simple documents, and contribute to health and safety of self and others. The WHS unit, while covered briefly in the book, is also addressed more fully as an online resource in the accompanying companion website. Now, what will you love about this resource? It is a resource that has been completely redesigned with the learner and their needs being at the forefront of every element within the book. The resource is in full color and designed to make learning engaging and visually appealing. Each chapter opens as a 2-page spread. The first page displays an opening vignette, learning objectives, and keywords to set the scene for students in their learning and ensuring they know where to focus their attention. The second page provides a new feature, a concept map. This is designed to aid visual learners and direct students by providing a roadmap of the most important content covered in the book. It is also designed to aid retention of critical content. Overall, the resource is designed attractively and provides an easily navigable design to keep students engaged with the content. As a student moves through the text, they are guided through the learning objectives via an icon that maps back to the objectives stated at the start of each chapter. This icon provides a means for students to recognize where the learning objectives are being covered off and can assist with tracking their understanding of content. Furthermore, keywords are bolded within the text, and these are matched with a glossary provided at the end of the book. To ensure students have an opportunity to understand how theory applies in real life, useful example scenarios are provided. This enables students to keep engaged with the theory content. More importantly, the new edition focuses on contextualizing theory in a more practical workplace environment. 18 brand new contemporary case studies have been written to contextualize learning and demonstrates to students how theory is applied in industry. These case studies are written by teachers and current practitioners in the field from across Australia. Each case study provides 3 to 4 questions to test how effectively students can respond to the case study scenario by applying the theory they have learned. Each chapter also has an At the Workplace feature, scattered at relevant junctures, which encourages students to think critically about how theory is relevant to their own workplace through a question. This constantly aims to engage students with the content rather than to work through it passively. Each chapter also has 5 to 6 box features which highlight relevant information to students by building on some content that has preceded in the text before. Throughout the resource, there have also been inclusions of valuable images, tables, illustrations, and photographs to ensure learning is engaging. These features assist with distilling and organizing large amounts of content while also providing context in the form of photographs and images. It is also important to ensure that students are able to consolidate their learning effectively. To do this, the book has created 2 checkpoints for them to review their knowledge. The first of this is a unit recap, which is included at the end of each unit and provides a summary of key points at the end of each section. This ensures students can reread anything they were not sure about or had chosen to skip. At the second checkpoint, students can independently attempt self-check revision questions for each unit in each chapter to identify gaps in their understanding. An additional revision icon alongside this checkpoint also encourages students to visit the companion website to further test their understanding by attempting further activities. At the end of each chapter, students are also provided with longer chapter activities which they can attempt independently or as directed by you in the class or beyond lessons. These activities include long answer questions, research discussions, and scenario-based questions which provide students with the opportunity to apply and test their knowledge in a practical scenario. One of the most exciting changes for students and teachers is reflected in the introduction of a dedicated companion website which has a grade tracker functionality. This is the first for this title. The website includes access to a range of resources as well as an e-text if an access code for this has been purchased. The website provides valuable learning information and activities and is designed to be user-friendly. The website is geared for use in the form of independent or teacher-directed blended learning. For every chapter, there is a useful chapter overview which provides a quick snapshot of what is covered. This is further supplemented by a chapter summary that gives students a good understanding of the important information. The summaries are particularly useful for students in recalling information, revising, and assessment preparations. There has also been provision of over 300 self-assessing questions for each of the chapters to enable students to test their understanding of key concepts using a variety of question types which include multiple choice, fill in the blanks, true or false, and short answer or essay type questions. For each self-assessment question, students are provided with immediate feedback which allows them to test their knowledge for each topic. They're also provided with handy hints which function by giving additional information to trigger useful knowledge that students can draw upon to answer the questions. Where relevant, page numbers are provided so that students can refer to their text for follow-up reading. Those who have purchased an e-text would be linked directly to the relevant page within the e-text. This would enable seamless learning between the website and questions. To encourage students towards lifelong learning and igniting interest in important industry and other relevant websites, WebQuest activities and web links are also provided. WebQuest activities are designed to encourage active learning as students get the opportunity to visit important industry websites and engage in activities that help them retain important information. These activities actively engage the learner and create opportunities to closely study websites that might be useful to them in their future work. Web links give students access to additional information which you, as a teacher, could follow up in the classroom as part of discussion activities or even set for additional class or home-based work. These tools are versatile and allow teachers to use it in a way that may best suit their delivery plans. In addition to all the content provided in the book, there have also been 2 online chapters included. These chapters are Getting Your Writing Right and Workplace Health and Safety. The Workplace Health and Safety chapter was placed online as at the time of writing the training package was undergoing changes. Placing the content online now means you have access to the most up-to-date information available, and additional content can be added if there's feedback that calls for this. These units also come with a full range of self-assessment questions, thus offering you and your students full support. Now, to recognize the importance of student voice, a digital learning survey has been included to gather student feedback on how they find the online resources in a bid to build up student data and understand their experience, since resources are designed for them. Do encourage your students to provide feedback, as all feedback is welcomed in continually improving resources to match teaching and learning needs. More importantly, a critical guide to working in the financial services industry is now also available as a Pearson e-text. I will now take you through some of the more pertinent features of the e-text. To do this, a similar resource in accounting is used as an example. The first question you may have is, what is the e-text? It is a product with great functionality and is designed to aid your teaching and learning and quickly move you into flexible and online delivery. First, it is basically a customizable online version of the textbook. It is also browser-based, which means the e-text is viewed while being online. This means that all your personalizations are available whenever you log in from any computer. It has the same page layout as a printed text, so you and your students can use either the e-text, printed text, or both in different teaching and learning situations. The e-text can also be used in the classroom as it has a smartboard function, which allows for certain areas of a text, example, a case study or an activity, to be discussed collaboratively in the classroom. The Waters e-text is also pre-populated with a lot of useful web links, some of which are links to video content. Such content would be important in saving you and your students time and help students instead focus on effectively mastering important content. Another useful feature for you and your students is the ability to make highlights as you're working through the e-text to easily identify important information. Notes can also be added to highlighted content to make for better learning. These notes can then be easily retrieved from the left navigation menu. More importantly, you may ask, how can the e-text be individualized for you and your class? With notes, you can choose to make them hidden, where the students are not able to see them, or shared, where students are able to see all of the notes. You can also create hyperlinks in the notes. This enables you to link out to additional information in the form of videos, useful websites, and readings, which can make for dynamic and engaging learning as students can better contextualize the theory content. The search feature is a big time saver in contrast to the hard copy text, as it allows a faster, more effective search of content. The search functionality allows you to limit your search to specific regions within the text, preview the page when searching, save your search history, as well as sort the results by relevance or chapter. Another key aspect that you may find useful is how the e-text can be customized to meet your specific teaching and classroom needs. You can start by first creating a course via the settings option. Once you have created a course, you can go to settings and customize the e-text to review or edit the table of contents. This customization feature is extremely useful if you choose to deliver the content in a specific way, and enables you to change the chapter order or hide content. This gives you control as a teacher on managing your lesson and controlling which content you may want your students to see. This session has provided an overview to some of the more pertinent features of the eText. However, if you require more detail, please visit the eText website at www.pearson.com.au/etext. Now, how can we save time and develop resources that are useful for you as the teacher? As an instructor, you will also be provided with additional support material available on the companion website. These are designed to help you save valuable time in having to create these assets yourself. For this 4th edition, these instructor resources include competency mapping grids. For the first time, these grids have been mapped down to elements and performance criteria to better enable you to understand how the content has been written. It is a color-coded tool to make identification of units across chapters easy to visualize. Employability skills have also been included in this mapping. PowerPoint presentation slides for teaching have also been included, which enable you to customize based on your cohort or class of students and get you ready to teach sooner. Solutions to end of chapter, self-check and relevant companion website questions help you save time when you are faced with marking assessments. For a first time, this resource has also invested in making case studies better for your classroom delivery. Alongside the provision of 18 high-quality case studies and accompanying questions, instructors have been provided with a comprehensive case study toolkit, which consists of solutions to the questions, question analysis, which you could use to enable students to better break down questions and answer them effectively, guidance on how to use text content to answer the case study, particularly in locating sections in the book where an answer might be, strategies on how to teach and better use the case study, which would really help you make good use of these case studies more meaningfully. A digital resources survey for instructors is also included to gather teacher feedback on how you would find the online resources to understand better what you use, how you use what we provide, and how these meet an institute's e-learning goals. This gives you an opportunity to provide feedback in an ongoing manner and ensures your ideas, concerns, and feedback have an avenue to be heard and actioned where relevant. You are encouraged to actively provide your feedback on these resources.
Okay, great. Thank you, Gerdish, for all of that information and for taking us through the features of this new edition of A Critical Guide for Working in the Financial Services Industry 4A. We've had a couple of questions come in, and the first question I've got in front of me is, how is the companion website really beneficial for my students and I?
Well, as a student using this website independently, they are able to track their own performance, identify knowledge gaps, and revisit concepts repeatedly, which really puts learners in control of their learning. As an instructor, I would say this tool provides reporting that allows for gauging student performance across various activities, which can be an avenue to identify at-risk groups of students and also enables for classroom lessons to be tailored. Overall, I would say this tool enables blended delivery.
Great, thank you. Another question that has been raised is how workplace oriented is the content in this resource?
This is a really good question. The entire resource was premised on ensuring that students are not just getting important theory content, but have the opportunity to apply that knowledge and think about their workplaces. Features such as the At the Workplace, box features, example scenarios, case studies provide a real-world context for students by continually encouraging them to reflect and visualize. In the website, useful web links and web quest activities really lead students to directly to important industry websites and through the e-text pre-populated web links help students to see how theory content is applicable to the real world and their workplace.
Okay, the final question for today's, unfortunately we're running out of time, is what is the benefit of the case study toolkit?
The case study toolkit was designed to facilitate your delivery in the classroom. We recognize that case studies are important and powerful tools in teaching students to apply theory content. In this light, we've included tools that you can use with your students, such as question analysis and how to use the text to help them understand question requirements. Strategies for teachers are useful generators of ideas in teaching more creatively and engagingly.
Great, thanks for answering those questions, Godish. I can see we've got a couple of technical questions about the e-text. We haven't had time to get to those today. I'm really sorry. We will email you an answer for those. Otherwise, you can, as Godish said before, go to the e-text page and have a look there and see if that answers your questions as well. So if you would like to request a sample copy, or if you do have any other questions, you can contact your education consultant or the VET hotline. Alternatively, you can visit the website at www.pearson.com.au/vet for more information. Thank you everyone for your time today, and thank you, Godish.
Thank you.